so what we have to remember is we cannot focus on the storms that rage in our lives. Well, what we must focus on is living the life that we have been called to live and the life that God has ordained for us to live. I was sharing with the client just last night, how do I reconcile all of this that's going on? I'm studying history. I'm working on becoming a better version of myself. All of this chaos that we're in, and one thing I reminded them of is in every sect of history, there's somebody that Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Y'all got me now? Can y'all hear me now? Y'all got me now? Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, happy fabulous Friday. And this is a day of remembrance, 9/11/2001. It has been 19 years. Oh, my goodness. 19 years. Oh, my goodness. It just blows my mind how fast time has moved. You know what I'm saying? And it blows my mind. Well, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody having a fabulous day. Good morning, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, replay viewers. Hey, mama. Thank God it's Friday. It is so good to see everybody. Listen, we got to pay some bills. Well, listen, guys. I mailed out several books yesterday. I hand delivered several books. I sold 2 books yesterday at my ribbon cutting event at the Dothan Area Chamber of Commerce. And if you don't have your copy in your hand, you need your copy right now. Finding Christ in Crisis. Hey, Patrice. Good morning, everybody. Excuse my manners. Hey, Miss Vanessa. Hey, Patrice. Hey, Shalonda. Hey, Sunitha. Hey, Wilma. Hey, Miss Linda. J. Linda White. Hey, everybody. If I don't call your name, you're not making comments. And if you make comments, I'm going to give you a shout out. I'm just happy today, y'all. I am HAPPY. And I was saying in some introductory thoughts, when we think about 9/11, and what happened all those years ago, life happened. And this is the whole gist of my book. It's never about the crisis. It's never about the crisis. We were in a storm, 19 years ago. We're in a storm right now. You were in a storm 5 years ago. It's never about the storm. You got to stay focused on Jesus. You got to stay focused on the Lord. You got to stay focused on what God has called you to do. And I guide you through that thought process in my new book, Finding Christ in Christ. So if you don't have your book, you need to get your book right now. I've sent Miss Vanessa her copy. Shalonda's got her copy. Patrice, you got to order your copy. Linda, you got to get your copy. Wilma, your copy is on the way. God, I sent out several copies yesterday. Some of y'all pre-ordered, and so I got you. I fulfilled your order. I am so excited, guys. I am so excited. Whoa! You need your copy in your hand right now. Our virtual workshop is coming up. A couple of people have signed up for this already. On the 24th, I'll be coming back from Texas, but we're going to work on that. I'm going to work on my thoughts next week for that workshop. It's going to be good. Take off your mask 2020. It's time to be real. What does Cheryl Lynn say, Miss Vanessa? Got to be real. We sing a song in church. Whatsoever you do for the master, just let it be real. Shalonda, is that song we sang? Let it be real. Real, real, let it be real, real, real. I'm gonna sing that Sunday. Whatsoever you do for the master, let it be real. And aren't you tired of fake folks? Aren't you tired of fake folks? I'm gonna ask it again, Miss Vanessa. Aren't you tired of fake folks? You don't know who you're dealing with. You're one way on Monday, you're another way on Tuesday, you're another way on Wednesday, you're another way on Thursday, and Lord, don't let Friday get here. You're a whole nother person Friday. Then you're another person Saturday, and you got to get your religious on, so you're a whole nother person on Sunday. You just got to be real. It take a lot of energy being fake. It take a lot of energy to be fake. And that's why you need to have me in your life on a regular. And I need to coach you how to be unapologetically, authentically YOU, 100% you. Come on. You got to be. So Dr. Sims, I want to be part of your private group. I've looked all over. I can't find anybody more real than Dr. Sims. You get 4 things. When you sign up, go to bit.ly/DocMozon. You get 4 things. A free ebook, Walk in Purpose, Grow Rich. A Living Motivated, get your notebook journal. A weekly motivational email. We start with the Secret Sauce series. I'm so proud of that. And you get a seat in my monthly mastermind, which is on the 29th. And we're going to talk about time prioritization. It's not time management. It's time prioritization. Woo! I love that. And if you need some one-on-one coaching, during the 3 months that we'll be working together, a 12-week program, I will work with you to unlock any fears, self-doubt, or limiting beliefs that may be holding you back from pursuing your purpose. I had 2 clients yesterday. I'm tough now. I don't play. Ask some people in here. I do not play. I will help you to identify and align your objectives, create focus, clear through the clutter, and guide you to explore and create a vision for realizing your purpose. As I always say, y'all have heard me say this on more than one occasion. If you do not come out of this crisis more focused, more empowered, more motivated, and inspired to live on purpose, you have not lacked time. You have lacked desire, determination, and discipline. Well, I don't need a coach. Okay. Your way isn't working. And how much money we waste on foolishness. I was talking to a client yesterday. Write this in your notes. People that understand value never worry about cost. And that's why I don't put prices on my website. Because how many Bentley commercials? Thank you, Ms. Vanessa. How many Bentley commercials do you see? And they can't keep them. They cannot keep them in stock. You have to pre-order a Bentley. Y'all do the research. Hey, Miss Sandra. People that understand value never worry about cost. All right? You right on time. We just getting started on the show. I just going through some commercials. For all your social media, virtual assistant needs, personal assistant needs, contact Mrs. Vanessa Gladney of Glad Enterprises. Her email is mrsvanessa2020@gmail.com. She's my virtual assistant and my social media manager. And the sounds you heard earlier in the show in my introductory screen is some of the producer on Instagram. My platform that I use to live stream on 3 different platforms, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, I use Restream. And so if you want to broadcast, live stream, I recommend Restream. That's a nice platform. I love it. All right, y'all ready for the show? Are y'all ready for the show? Are y'all ready for the show? Can I do my show? Okay, here we go, y'all. All right, my 2 cents today I'm sure you have heard the clip. Basically, he being President Trump, knew about how deadly COVID-19 potentially was back in December, January, February. He was briefed on it. And Woodward interviewed him, and President Trump is recorded saying he wanted to downplay it. Now, the only thing I'm going to say is a liar is a liar is a liar is a liar, and he is a man that and he's not forthright all the time, and we know that. So it is really not a stretch of the imagination, if we thought about it before this was brought up, that he probably knew about the pandemic. He disbanded the pandemic team that President Obama and Vice President Biden put together to help combat a pandemic if we landed in one. And this was 5 years ago. They had the foresight. He disbanded it, didn't think it was necessary. He wanted to dismantle everything the former administration did. And this was one of the things that led to as many people that have lost their life. So, and this is what I said. This is what I said Sunday and Wednesday, talking about the promises of God. People trust politicians, leaders. People trust men that we know lie. We know we lie. And yet we doubt God, who will not lie. So the only thing I will say about this, and again, this is another nail in the coffin if you believe it is time for us to shift gears. The only thing I can recommend is that, hey, Kay, the only thing I can recommend November the 3rd of 2020, in about 60 days, Ms. Vanessa, help me out, between now and November the 3rd, about 60 days. Hold on a minute. Because, see, I believe in two things, God and Google. How many days do we have before November the 3rd? 53 days. You got 53 days. Clear your calendar. The only thing I couldn't say, and let me swerve a little bit, my 2 pennies. Let me swerve a little bit. I heard this interview the other day. People that support Republican or Democratic Party, staunch Republicans, staunch Democrats, they really don't, the person in that office, whether they are good or bad, if you are a true Republican or a true Democrat, you're gonna vote party lines. So get out of your feelings. When you have all this evidence against their candidate, they're not gonna listen to you. So quit wasting your time arguing with people about his qualifications or the lack thereof. You do your due diligence November the 3rd, and in smaller elections, voice your vote. That's the only thing my 2 pennies is about today. And I'm not gonna get on that bandwagon and Trump this and Trump that. Listen, that song is that horse is dead. That horse been dead. Or Trump ain't this and Trump ain't that. Well, he's tapping into a sect of people that are in their feelings about all of this racial speak. There's a sect of people that feel left out, abandoned, misunderstood, etc. And somehow or another, President Trump has tapped into those people, and he resonates with those people. So while we may not like his antics, tactics, etc., if you're tired, the only way that a change gonna come. You got to VOTE. Now that leads me to this, and I'm gonna teach on this in a minute. Actions speak much louder than words. Amen, webcam. Now you can talk all day, but what are you doing? Now we can talk about how bad things are, but what are you doing? Come on now. You see how I lead stuff? I'm not gonna harp on him. I'm gonna harp on us. What are you doing? How are you interacting with people? How are you living your life? Y'all better help me. This is a great segue into the What's Up Doc segment. Complaining is not an action plan. Help me, Miss Vanessa. Action is not a complaint. Complaining is not an action plan. Many people during this quarantine, all you have done is complain. Well, what are you doing? Complaining is not an action plan. Okay. Complaining doesn't have a good track record, and you can complain all day. While I appreciate protesters, I appreciate those marching in the street. I appreciate all of that. I support Black Lives Matter. And when people wanna bark back and say, "Well, all lives matter," well, that's like Big Man Gladney telling Miss Vanessa Gladney when she asked Big Man, "Do you love me?" And Big Man said, "Well, I love everybody. I love every woman. You're not that special. I appreciate you. We've been married 23 years. I love everybody." He'll not only be sleeping on the couch, he may be looking for another residence. Come on, y'all better walk with me. If Shalonda asked Sean Coguts, "Baby, do you love me?" I love everybody. I love all women. All women hearts matter. Let that settle on you for a minute. While people want to prop up, see, if they really believe all lives matter, why are we even having this conversation? Not one 29-year-old white male has been shot in the back 7 times. Not one white female was shot and killed in her bed. The police did not bust in on a white woman, shot her, and killed her in her own bed. Okay. Okay, I'm just saying, if all lives matter. So when we say Black Lives Matter, and people want to chime in and say, "Well, all lives matter." No. Okay, I'm just saying now. So I appreciate everything Black Lives Movement represent, but we have to do more than just march. Y'all, okay. I'm in the watchtower. I'm a watchman. I'm doing what I've been called to do. Okay, hold on. Okay, one of my charges, I wrote a book. I've written a book in the pandemic. What have you done? I'm in the watchtower. Finding Christ in Christ. I'm giving you a practical guide on how to stay focused. I'm doing my job. God did not call me to march up and down any street. I'm doing my job. I'm broadcasting with you guys. I'm live streaming. I'm encouraging your heart. I was sharing with a colleague the other day. Yesterday, Brother Rick, I was talking at the Chamber of Commerce at my ribbon cutting. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm encouraging. I was in Denver last week, on my way to Austin. I just booked a flight to Miami. I got to christen my god baby, my god granddaughter. I got to marry Luana and Desmond. I'm going to Tampa, talking to a couple middle of October. And so I'm doing my part. That's it. So I applaud Dr. King. Was a marcher. I walked that trail across the bridge in Selma, Alabama. I walked that trail, the march, They march over the bridge. They're in Selma. I walk that walk. Okay. Okay. Now, y'all may be saying, well, Dr. Sam, what can we do? Are you supporting me? If you're not willing, if you don't want to move too much, well, my support, I'm behind Dr. Sims. I'm fueling Dr. Sims. I'm supporting Dr. Sims because Dr. Sims is being a voice in this season. So I'm backing up Dr. Sims. Yes. Let me chase that rabbit. I wear my mask. I got some in the car, in the glove compartment. I sent Miss Vanessa a picture. Hand sanitizer and my mask. You cannot get on a plane without Miss Vanessa. Let me tell you this, everybody. Let me chase another rabbit. You cannot get on a plane without a mask, an approved mask, and they check your temperature before you get on the plane. A lot of businesses now, went at the chamber yesterday, when you walk in, they're going to measure your temperature. So now I'm cool with the temperature. I like that. I'm not a big fan of the mask, and it keeps falling off my nose. I have to I have my opinion about the mask, but I do my part. I sent Miss Vanessa pictures, so I'm not just blowing smoke. But back to my What's Up Doc segment. Complaining is not an action plan. And I appreciate y'all support because y'all show up every day. So y'all are my crew. Y'all the motivation zone, all right? Complaining is not an action plan, okay? Homework. What are you doing to move the needle in your life besides complaining about stuff? Thank you, Kay. Now, and I want you checking people in your life. I'm in coach mode today. I'm coaching today. What are you doing to move the needle in your life besides complaining about stuff? You need a coach. Yes, you do. What are you doing? And this is part of self-care. Complaining, you can complain about stuff all day. Folks don't mind you complaining because that don't bother them. Outside of them having to listen to you complain. and check people in your life. Come on, Miss Vanessa, that's right. What when people complain around you, say, well, time out, what are you doing? Because if you don't vote in November, if President Trump gets reelected, your one vote could have got him out of office. So what are you doing? Complaining is not an action plan. Now if y'all want to know what grates my nerve, because y'all probably say, well, Dr. Sims, does anything bother you? Right here. Dr. Sims, what bothers you? Ask that question. Dr. Sims, what bothers you? This. Complainers bother me, especially as a life coach, because complaining is not an action plan. So what are you doing besides just come on now? And any married man, because I have this on my resume. Any married man that's worth his salt, if your wife hints at something, if she repeats it more than one time, and it goes from a mention to a complaint to a nag, you better get some action. Come on now. Let's go. Come on. All right. So what are you doing to move the needle in your life? All right, here we go.
You know me?
Huh?
You know me?
Yes.
You know me?
Yes.
You know me?
Yeah.
All right. What we're gonna talk about? I was talking to Miss Vanessa. I was talking to Jade, and we getting ready to marry her next Saturday. And I was asking her, what's one of the things that you've learned being in a relationship? And she said, Dr. Sims, if I haven't learned anything else, I've learned that love cannot be selfish. Now, I'm not talking about, hello, and it's right, Ms. Vanessa, I'm not talking about self-care, this type of selfish love. I'm not talking about self-care. And Pastor Sharon Griffin sent me a copy of her book, 134 Reasons Why You Don't Have a Man. And one of those reasons, one of the 134 reasons is that you're selfish. Men and women. Selfish love, and y'all need to tell your girlfriends, because when I say it, I might be a little misogynistic and a male chauvinist and all of those other negative terms. So, ladies, y'all need to talk to each other. Selfish love will keep you single and alone and lonely. See, it's not always about you. Amen. Come on, Miss Melton. Come on, preacher. Come on, Minister Melton. All right, Shirley Caesar. Selfish love will keep you single and alone and lonely. You don't fall in love. And me and Jay talked about this. She said one of her soror's grandmother told her this. Baby, you grow in love. Love grows. You don't fall in love. Because I promise you, Miss Vanessa loves big man and vice versa. Miss Vanessa loves big man more today than she ever did 23 years ago. And that attraction, that lust is a part of it. But see, love grows. Oh, Miss Vanessa, she's learning how to, Miss Vanessa she just loves him. Because he ain't perfect now. And Miss Vanessa, bless her heart, Miss Vanessa's not perfect. But they choose each other. Love is an act of the will. Y'all, I feel like preaching today. Shalonda loves Sean. Sean loves Shalonda. Love grows. You grow in love. You don't fall in love. That's what's wrong with a lot of people. They fall in and they can't get up. Come on, Dr. Sims. Come on, Dr. Sims.
You know me?
Huh?
You know me?
Yes.
I want to recap here. Good morning, my replay viewers. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. I wanted to stop and recap here very quickly. I was talking to Jade. I'm gonna marry her next Saturday, her and Rufus, and Jade has been with us 5 years with the First Church Periscope and now your virtual church. And I asked her, what's one of the biggest lessons you've learned being in a relationship and now 7 days before you get married? And she said, Dr. Sims, if I haven't learned anything else, one of the things I've learned is that love cannot be selfish. If you're challenged today and you find yourself single, alone, and lonely, check your heart and ask yourself a tough question. Am I selfish? Pastor Sharon Griffin, one of my good friends, I was on her show about 3 Fridays ago, one-on-one with Sharon. She's authored a book, says 134 reasons why you can't get a man. And I think number 3 is that you're not willing to be supportive, you're selfish, something along those terms. And so part of the What's Love Got to Do with It segment today, I want you to check yourself. If you find yourself single, and if you're ready to get in a relationship and you still find yourself single, it may be that you're selfish. Well, how do I get out of that, Dr. Sims? One of the things I give people when I do single relationship coaching, I call it random acts of kindness. I said for the next 21 days, do something nice, kind for somebody, whether you know them or not, just out of the blue, randomly. And what that teaches you is to get the magnifying glass off yourself. See, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. Oh, I've been guilty of being selfish myself. And as I have grown in my relationships now, I make it about the other person on purpose. And so I'm asking you today to check yourself before you continue to wreck yourself. And remember, if you stay high on life, life is going to stay high on you. And I need you to get real with you. Are you selfish or not? And that's a great segue into the peppermint letter segment. In the peppermint letter segment, I field questions from the audience. And people are inboxing me questions all the time. And just in casual conversations, people just ask me tough stuff. And I get this a lot. I get this a lot, and I got a new habit now, Miss Vanessa. Everybody, I got a new habit now. It's called TikTok, and I just saw a news feed that said if TikTok does not do something in 4 days, the president is threatening to shut it down. Well, I don't know the validity of that or not, but I'm just saying I got a new addiction. It's called TikTok. And if I've seen this once, I've seen it 100 TikToks. You know, these single ladies saying, I'm still single. If I sit on my front yard and put a poster on around my neck saying I'm available, I'm single, I'm ready to be in a relationship, will you date me? People ain't serious. People ain't serious because it's more to be in a relationship than just you wanting to be in a relationship. Why am I still single, Dr. Sams? And what I want to propose and the diagnosis is what you're focusing on grows. And there you go, Miss Vanessa. What you're focusing on grows. That's why I love Miss Vanessa. Miss Vanessa, she fills in the gaps for me. You're focusing on being single, so guess what? You're remaining single. It's all about that law of attraction thing and all that good stuff. And as the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he, in Proverbs. And I really want to dig a little bit deeper. Are you really ready to be in a relationship? Because being in a relationship, it's a full-time job. And in my 54 years, I have to grow in this thing called relationship because I have some failed relationships. And so, how willing are you to give of yourself to somebody else? See, being in a relationship is all about being vulnerable, and people don't really want to be vulnerable. That's right, Miss Vanessa. So when you say, I'm tired of being single, I'm ready to be in a relationship, are you really serious? See, you got to enjoy, first of all, you need to enjoy being by yourself. Relish that because you can go and come as you please. Because you're the same person that said, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do, and that's a problem in itself. People don't want to give up control, Miss Vanessa, Miss Sandra, Miss Shalonda, Patrice, Linda, Wilma. People don't want to let go. See, submission, let me chase a rabbit. I'm having a good time. I love my show. See, submission is not about control. Submission is really about the lack of control. I'm giving me to you now. I'm giving my well-being. You're in charge of my well-being now. I give me to you. Do you know I did a wedding several years ago, 6-7 years ago? I did a wedding. And I got to the part for both when they were ready to do that vow. I said, do you, and let's just say Sean, we'll just say Johnny. Do you, Johnny, take TT to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to love, cherish, honor, and obey? And they were like, hell no. I looked at her, I said, TT, do you take Johnny to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to love, cherish, honor, and obey? And she said, hell no. And man, you could have heard this collective gasp in the crowd. And I, without skipping a beat, I said, well, at least y'all on one accord, and everybody bust out laughing. And I just kept going, and you know what? I should have paused. I should have really paused. But I just kept flowing. Now that I think about it, I should have stopped that wedding. And that's why I'm glad I got my workbook. We are engaged now what? I'm glad I got my workbook. And if I ever do Rev 2, I'll put that little story in there. But see, we don't want, as Big Mama said, we don't mind nobody. If Big Man, parenthetically says it right, well, Big Man said, baby, you know what I wouldn't mind having tonight? I want some catfish tonight. And Miss Vanessa simply said, well, baby, let's Instacart, or you go to the store, make sure you put your mask on. If you get the catfish, we got everything else, we just need the catfish. So if you get the catfish here, I'll hook you up some catfish tonight. Thank you, baby. If Miss Vanessa said, well, baby, I need some new pots for my plants, I'm out of pots, big man gonna get some pots to the house. Because what do I need? How? And I'm gonna mess with y'all when I say this. I'm gonna mess with you when I say this. I tell couples, your attitude should be every morning that you wake up. Now watch this. I'm gonna swerve on y'all. Y'all gonna throw your phone at me when I say this. You ought to wake up every day and say, how may I serve you today? Now you claim I'm ready to be in a relationship. I'm ready to have a man. And if you're a woman, I'm ready to have a man. If you're a man, I'm ready to have a woman in my life. Are you really? See, it goes from just your needs to what are your needs, what are our needs. See, y'all, I'm telling you, they not ready, Miss Vanessa. They not ready. And how many people been in a long-term relationship and you're still stumbling over the simple things? It should not be anything that's off the table. When it comes to your health, wealth, and happiness, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Okay. Amen, webcam. It's mighty quiet. Y'all need to talk to your girlfriends. It's mighty quiet in here. Come on now. You the one stood in front of that altar and said, I do. Oh, I got some scars now. I know what I'm talking about now. I'm just not blowing smoke. Okay, let's go over the commercials again. We got to pay some bills. Y'all looking at Doc funny. Listen, guys, order your copy of my new book, Finding Christ in Crisis, a practical guide to stand spiritually focused in challenging times. You need your copy. Chapter 1, Where's God? And I asked a question, Sandra Melton, Minister Melton. Have you saw God like a roll of toilet paper? Do y'all remember in March, middle of March, latter part of March, people were hoarding toilet paper? It got so bad, people were fighting over toilet paper. And you Google it, find the clip. It's on the internet. I need to find that clip and show it. When I talk about my book, I may find it for I believe I'll be able to broadcast Monday. I'll be in Austin. People fighting over toilet paper. Google it. Find the video. I need to find it and put it on my page. Ms. Vanessa, help me find that video. People fighting over toilet paper. So I talk about in the book, have you sought God like a roll of toilet paper? Because you ask the question, where's God? God said, I haven't moved. You wonder where God is. God said, I haven't moved. I'm in the same place I've always been. Up there and in. Come on, what did Big Mama say? He's all over me. Y'all, okay. We got a Minister Melton. We got a virtual workshop coming up. Take off your mask. 2020.com. And I'll talk about this a little bit. Sunday, we may have late night church. Saturday night, tomorrow night, because I'll be flying Sunday morning. So we may have church tomorrow night. We may have a special service tomorrow night. And I'll send you a new announcement, Ms. Vanessa. But it's time to take off your mask. Because whatever you do, I just got to let it be real and let the chips fall where they may. So go to takeoffyourmask2020.com to sign up. You ought to be part of my private coaching group. Like I said, you ought to have a coach in your life. Well, I can't afford you, Dr. Sims. Okay, well, I got something that's in your wheelhouse. You can afford $97 a month. 4 trips of $25. You go to the store and you spend $25 on nothing. So multiply the time 4. Go 4 less times to your favorite spot. And you know how to budget. If you really want something, you know how to budget. bit.ly/DocMozoma. I have people that are working with me. They said, Dr. Sim, I'm moving some stuff around. I got to have you in my life. And if you sign up, bit.ly/DocMozoma, you get 4 things: a free ebook, a living motivator, get your notebook journal, a weekly motivational email, and then a monthly mastermind. You'll be part of my private coaching group, and we coach the last Tuesday of the month, and one-on-one coaching. And we work together for about 12 weeks. And we can go a week at a time if you want to, but you are worth the investment. Okay? I love y'all. Thank God it's Friday. You need your copy. Y'all may say, Dr. why you wear red all the time? It just looks better on the screen. A lot of the other colors just don't flow well with the background and everything. But thank God it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I love you. And tomorrow night we'll be in church. All right. And I just want you to know I appreciate you, and continue to just follow me as I continue to live on purpose. All right. And be encouraged today. And remember, if you stay high on life, life is going to stay high on you. Hard hands.